trickle in.
Well, anybody who clicks the link should be there as a. Oh, we got an attendee here. Oh, there's.
It's probably Rebecca or Jerry.
Oh, good evening, Mr. Gorski. Mr. Gorski, our new EDC commissioner.
Very good. Oh, there he is. Got 2 commissioners and 3 to go.
Hello.
Hi, Robert.
Hey, hiya, Tony.
Well,
We've also got the commission or the.
hi, Robert. Yep.
We've got the petitioner here as well.
Great.
Gonna have a forum today?
I think we will if we give it a few minutes. We have other people said they would join. I think I called everybody today.
Okay. I'm trying to see how I get my picture in here, or your picture.
Mine's not, I don't have a camera on the computer I'm using.
Yeah, you don't either. You don't have a camera.
We should have Nan and Joe and Adam pretty soon.
Joe is here.
Okay.
Oh, it's so quiet. Yeah. There we go.
Oh. Okay, we'll just wait around till people get on here then.
Yeah.
Hey, Joe Laporte's here.
Hey, Joe.
Hi, Joe. Bob.
You guys staying out of trouble?
No.
Yeah, at least you're honest.
That's no fun.
Yeah, amen.
How about you? Work treating you good?
Everything's so-so. No complaints. Could be better, could be worse.
Hey, you got people working from home at your place, or is everybody working from work?
My wife's here, and I'm here.
You work at home?
Yeah, but I've worked at home for 24 years.
Good for you. Awesome.
Yeah, all good.
I work from home and the office, and I think my wife is ready for me to be back at work.
I wonder what.
There's Nan.
Oh,
Hello.
We just need one more then to make it official.
We do, and I'm kind of hoping Jerry's on the line. Hey, Nan,
yes.
once we go to meeting, would you do us the honor of chairing tonight?
Unless there's someone else that has done it before that would do better than I would.
I think Kirsten has done it a lot, but I think she's not going to be able to attend. Is that 508 number somebody on the EDC?
I don't have agenda in front of me.
Oh, there you are. Okay. I think we've got 5 people.
Okay, why don't we start with roll call?
Sounds good.
Yeah, you guys want to get going? Okay.
Yep.
Jerry Cabasco,
Present.
Kirsten Erickson. She's not here. Robert Perry,
Here.
Tracy Smadilla. Not there. Nana Gutenkopf.
Here.
Joel Laporte,
Here.
Adam Lewinsky. All right, I'm gonna put an asterisk. I think he's gonna jump on. Michelle Hughes, not here. And newest Commissioner Robert Gorski.
I am here.
Boy, am I grateful. That makes 5, which makes quorum. So thank you so much.
Okay, I'm assuming the next agenda item would be approval of the previous minutes.
That is correct.
Okay, is there any discussion on the previous minutes from the November meeting?
No, I don't.
Nope.
Any motions?
Do we have a motion?
Motion to accept the minutes.
Nano second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Okay.
Tony, tell me what the next agenda item is.
Well, it's public comment, and that's when we see if there's anybody floating out there in Zoom land who wants to say anything or ask anything. And I'll ask Joey.
Anybody?
There's nobody out there right now.
Nobody's zooming
Just the-
in. Zooming
Just the
in.
petitioner is in the audience.
Okay. Then we move on to the next agenda item, Tony.
Sure. Those of you who are queued in on Zoom can see Mr. Robert Gorski over here waving. Those of you who don't have the camera will hear him. But we're very fortunate to have a new Economic Development Commissioner starting tonight under these unusual circumstances, to say the least. But I'm sure we're all going to see him and work with him, see him in person many, many times over the coming years. But I don't know much about him besides that he's willing to serve on the EDC. So I'm going to ask Commissioner Gorski to introduce himself at this time.
Sure, thank you. So I have lived in Bartlett since 1991. We have raised 3 children here. They are all now grown. I'm at the point of empty nester stage. That just happened like a month ago, where my youngest moved out. So, but anyway, like I said, I've been a resident of Bartlett for a long, long time, and I've always been kind of on the service side of things. My profession is a not-for-profit CFO. So I've always been in that kind of arena where, understanding numbers and working in a not-for-profit space. So I see this as an extension of my my desire to serve, and so thank you for having me.
Thank you. And congratulations and welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much for joining the commission.
Welcome aboard. I guess you know the pay is not good.
But it's so much fun.
Got to have some fun.
I think we're a non-profit community, so it should fit right in. Okay, Tony, move on to the next agenda item.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Chairman Cabasco. This one's pretty exciting. If you could flip to the next slide there. So let me minimize so I can, there we go, so I can see it. So attracting another bakery has been one of the most highly desired businesses over the past really decade. I did a little digging as I worked on this memo, because I recall having had a bakery in Devon Prospect on the end unit past Brock's quite a few years ago, and only to learn that it was way back in 2009, and it was called Sorella's. So since that time, If you want to buy baked goods, kind of customized cakes and treats here in town, your choice is basically either Jewel or going to one of the home-based bakery businesses that there's been a few of in town, including Rebecca's Cakes by Design, and you'll be hearing from her and meeting her pretty soon. So the petitioner's name is Rebecca Lesmeister. We've been working together through a series of in-person meetings and emails and phone calls and now Zoom. And this is a kind of business that I like working with a real lot. For those of you who've been on the EDC for a long time, a small home-based business, a one-woman operation who's succeeded from her home-based business to the point where she's ready to take that gigantic leap from out of her home into a commercial space. And not only that, but to mention during these very challenging times, she's doing this.
And just for the record, Commissioner Lewinsky is now here.
Oh, thank you, Scott, and welcome, Adam.
Thanks.
Thanks for joining. I was just introducing Rebecca's Cakes by Design, where she's moving out of her home-based business into a small storefront in Main Street Plaza. And for those of you who are less familiar with the names of every strip center, this is the little strip center just a couple doors south of Village Hall. It includes the Still. It includes Bartlett Sports. There's a hair salon in there. There's a driving school. So it's the little strip center that's been there for many decades. And she's moving into one odd thing I'll just mention about this center is, although to the naked eye it looks like one cohesive strip center, it has two separate owners. They were built at two separate times. They were built joining together, and the north end of the center is owned by Brett Gaylord and Jim Leo, who you saw here last year, the owners of the Still for a BEDA grant. And the southern portion is owned by Mr. Kruger. That's the original portion of it, I might add, and it's been there for, I think, 4 to 5 decades. So I should mention the address that she's going into is 338 South Main Street. It's a rear-facing unit. I don't have it on the screen, but because Ms. Lesmeister is a tenant, she did obtain the letter authorizing her to move forward with this from Mr. Kruger, and that was included in your packet. Go back. Yeah, next one, please. Thank you. So the BEDA application, I might also mention that you recall last month we were talking with the EDC about making some upgrades and modifications to the BEDA application, and those changes have since been adopted by the village board. However, we've been working with Ms. Lesmeister for, I think, about 3 months now. So she put in the older application, just for an FYI. So if you recall the older application, it puts down the amount that somebody is spending and then the amount that they're requesting. So she had turned in quotes totaling $25,000 in improvements, and plus and also architect fees, which we usually don't consider in BEDA grants. She submitted a very detailed business plan detailing her expertise in baking, her many years of experience working for other businesses before she launched out onto her own. She has a very strong passion, obviously, for doing this, for baking and to serve the community by providing baked goods. Like I said, it's a niche that we don't already have even one other bakery. And I take this photo of something she made right off of some of her documents. So you can see when she writes delicious and safe and a work of art, you can see it for yourself there. Beautiful, beautiful design she did. Next slide. So she's aware of the demand for allergy-friendly baked goods. The bakery business, as you all know, has changed over the years. Whether it's gluten-free or peanut allergies or whatever the case may be. So she'll be providing that kind of goods available for sale. Her business plan, again, pointed out there's not currently any bakeries in town, so it's not like, she's going to have a lot of competition in that field. She should do pretty well with that, considering she'll be the only standalone bakery. And in terms of the BEDA grant, I had mentioned some of the improvements she'd have to make includes $5,500 in build-out costs through John C. Lesmeister Contractors, which you notice the similarity in name, but I was asked to look into it, and it's a fully licensed contractor, licensed to do work in the village. And also about $3,500 in signage from Bartlett-based business owned by somebody who was on the EDC for quite a few years, Mike Sobel. $3,500 worth of signage. And as I mentioned, the unit that she's going to be operating out of is actually in the rear of the building, but it's included in the Zoom screen here, but also in the packet if you don't have it. She is going to have some signage installed on the front. So obviously people walking or driving by can also see that there's cakes for sale there, because people wouldn't typically look around the back of the building unless they were heading that way. So one more slide. So as I mentioned, her BEDA application shows $27,000 worth of expenses. We're looking at this as a $25,000 project, as I mentioned, because we're not including the architectural drawings. That's one change we didn't make to the BEDA program. We didn't recommend including that. She's shared her desire to continue growing this business and hopefully eventually moving into a larger space. I sincerely hope to bring her back before the EDC years from now to talk about expanding into a larger space, maybe with some better frontage. But so, even though the BEDA application includes some equipment, we anticipate and hope that that equipment gets used to be Bartlett's Bakery for many years to come. One of the things we talk about for BEDA grants is additional employment, and she addressed that. Right now, she is, believe it or not, a one-woman operation launching this for the time being. She plans on bringing on an additional person within 6 months per her business plan, and hopefully a second full-time equivalent within a year. Next slide, please. So our recommendation is, that we really wanted to attract a bakery to town for a while. We've tried. Scott and I have met with probably 3 or 4 or 5, maybe even bakery people over the years in an attempt to get one in town. That Bartlett and our staff and the EDC and the board is all about shopping local. So this isn't like obviously a chain bakery. This is a sole proprietorship. So this will fit into that small business scheme that we're building upon in the downtown. For the third time, I'll mention we're looking at this as a $25,000 project. And of course, as part of the BEDA application, eventually she'll have to turn in proof of payments in terms of invoices paid, lien waivers, and that kind of thing. So our recommendation in terms of a BEDA grant for Ms. Lesmeister is $7,000, which amounts to 28% of the total costs. And before I open up, you can ask questions of staff if you feel this is the right time, but also I've asked the petitioner to be here so she can introduce herself. I'd like to turn it over to her at this time as well.
Hello, I'm Rebecca. I have wanted to work on. Ooh. Can you hear me?
Oh, we can now.
Okay, and it now is allowing me to start a video, so maybe you can actually see me too. Yes? No?
Yes.
We can.
Joey,
There you
Joey,
are.
Hi, Rebecca.
Hi. Okay, hi guys, I'm Rebecca.
here she is.
I'm actually in my bakery right now. We decided that it would be best, my husband and I, he's off to the side. We decided it'd be best to be here to show you kind of what we wanted. I've wanted to do cakes for a very long time. I started out, here's my husband, John.
Hello,
Hi.
We have been working on opening a bakery for about a year, but it really became present back in July when I went full-time at home. I've been doing cakes since I was about 15. So I have 2 kids. My one son has a nut allergy, and when I realized how severe it could get and how many people actually have the nut allergy, we decided that a nut-free bakery would be super important in this area, as there are none, even within like a 20-mile radius right now. So yes, so we've been wanting to do this for a while. We're really excited. And there's just a few things that we would really like to finalize with the bakery, and that would really help coming from the BEDA application.
I'd like to say welcome as a businesswoman and your husband also to Bartlett, opening up a new business. Personally, I feel like that's the way a town should grow from within. And seeing that we don't have a bakery in Bartlett, absolutely excited that you're opening up.
Thank you.
We're really excited.
Go ahead. I was just going to say, and welcome. And of course, this is Nan, and I'm very excited to have you right across the street.
Hi, Nan. I am also a part of the chamber. So
Yes, she is. She is. We had a nice conversation recently, and I'm very excited that she's part of the chamber, part of the town. And it's such an exciting time for both you and your husband.
Thank you.
Well, I'm wishing you much success, and I'm sure you're going to do well because the competition is practically nil. So, as far as I'm concerned, good luck and get open.
We're trying. We're hoping.
We have our framing and electrical inspection tomorrow, and if we pass, we'll be drywalling, and hopefully the mud will be going on this weekend.
When do you expect to have a opening?
We hope by the end of the year, we'll be doing our punch list for occupancy.
So maybe by middle of January?
That's what we're
Yeah.
thinking, yeah. I'm sure there's going to be a few things we have to address.
That sounds right. That sounds right.
Very exciting.
Yeah, wonderful. Anybody else have any questions?
It's a quiet group today. Hey guys, we're having a bakery. Come on, speak up.
Okay, I have a question. Are you comfortable with the location you're in as far as visibility and people knowing you're there? This is Jerry.
So currently, people are actually picking up at my house. So I feel that with the amount of people I currently serve out of my house, I think that the back of a building is not really going to cause an issue. And it really came down to, this is what we could do to get our foot in a storefront. We do really Bartlett and then actually move to a better storefront as soon as possible. But you do what you can.
Yeah, Jerry, and this is Adam. I looked at the business plan, which is, pretty thorough, or at least information for us was thorough. And I think you had like $500 a month towards advertising too. So they do have a plan to get some visibility apparently. Also, I noticed you were, when I Googled you earlier, or I was trying to find out the address, that they were the only people to have registered with Google in that old strip mall. So they seem to be aware of the visibility issues and ahead of it, in my opinion.
I've actually had people come here already to pick up things when I'm not actually open here yet. So I don't think that it's going to be really a problem. And we also plan on doing a free cupcake for everyone's birthday that lives in Bartlett. If you're a resident of Bartlett, you can come in for one free cupcake for the birthday person. And we also plan on doing 15% off for all servicemen and women. That's including firemen, police men and women,
Military veterans.
military, thank you, sorry.
That's going to help get people talking about us, and then they're going to know how to find us. We're also going to be doing a parking lot and tent sale pretty much at least once a month, maybe more. We still have to discuss that with the village to see if they're going to allow something like that. We're going to be doing the free cupcake on your birthday for any Bartlett resident. We're going to be advertising that in the Examiner pretty extensively. So that's going to be circulating. So people are going to...
And of course, the village is going to use its resources in terms of the following that we have on Discover Bartlett. Tony and Joey will do one of their famous videos, and we'll be sure to boost that to the appropriate demographics.
And
And you'll have signage too, right?
And we, the chamber, will be promoting as much as possible, especially recommending her to those that are having ribbon cuttings and after hours and different events, and they are looking for someone to get their goodies from. We, of course, will be suggesting they go to Rebecca.
Well, it sounds like you have an established customer base already. So with a little bit of advertising and word of mouth, it sounds like an exciting opportunity.
Hi, Rebecca. This is Bob again. Could you give us a rundown on what we would see when we come into the bakery? What are your staples that you'll have like fresh every day?
So I plan on having cupcakes, cookies, chocolate covered pretzels. I definitely want to have muffins. We are working on hopefully having some coffee for people who are coming in, cake donuts. And I mean, it's going to grow the longer we're here. I'm hoping eventually to have a lot more breakfast pastries as well. It's just kind of going to be, as we grow, the more I can add. Oh, I also will have a couple basic cakes for people who would like a last minute birthday cake to supply for them as well.
Okay, are you making fresh donuts?
Yes, I will be making fresh cake donuts.
Okay. Sounds good to me.
Okay, are there any more questions? If not, should we move on to the next agenda item?
We'd be seeking a recommendation from the EDC on this. So
I'm sorry, I forgot about that.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll do a motion to recommend full amount.
I second the motion, full amount.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Sounds unanimous.
Okay. Thank you. And I'll be in touch with you soon, Rebecca. The next step is their recommendation goes before the committee of the whole at an upcoming meeting, at a village board meeting.
Perfect. Thank you so much, guys.
You're welcome.
Get
Yeah.
open, quick.
We're trying.
Bob's starving. You better open it pretty quick.
I love donuts.
Sounds like it.
Okay, thank you. The next item, I'm going to turn it over to my friend and colleague Joey Dienberg to present this item.
Yeah, thanks, Tony. So yeah, we recently put this together kind of as a good follow-up to Taste of the Towns. So we put this ad together, put it in the Examiner last week. I believe we're, if Scott can correct me, we're running it for through Christmas.
That's correct.
Okay. So yeah, we'll be running this through Christmas just to, push people to, again, spend their dollars locally, kind of expanding off of Small Business Saturday to keep everybody here, including gift cards to local restaurants outside of just like retail shopping and things like that, and also pushing people to even include those service industry businesses, just some of those places that get forgotten a little bit around the holidays. And we're pushing on social media as well, and having a contest at the end just to kind of encourage participation as well. That's the ad we're running this month.
Any comments on Joey's discussion? Tony, what's next?
In terms of new business, don't have any pending items right now. There are some BEDA grants that Scott and I are working on. I know I've said that a lot over the last few months, and this bakery tonight was one of the ones we had been working on. So we hope to bring a few more pretty big projects before you in the coming months. And just wanted to mention that we had some discussions today, and we're going to do some social media type marketing and messaging about promoting for people to pick up meals and patronize businesses around New Year's as well. So, we've been doing a lot of promotion, mostly of eating and drinking establishments since this pandemic began. And we're going to continue doing that through, really as long as it takes. But specifically, one of the next things we decided we'd work on was to really push picking up local, patronizing local businesses for New Year's.
Okay. And how's the bowling alley coming along?
Good one to ask about. Yeah, there is a bowling alley that's being, some of the early preliminary type work's been done on it. It's moving forward. I do not know about a timeline for that one, besides it'll open in the next few months. For those of you who either know Mr. Rafidia from the meetings or have seen the way he goes about his work, they're working on it every single day. So the bowling alley's coming around nicely. For those of you who like bowling, or even for those of you who don't, there will be a bowling alley in Bartlett before you know it.
Sounds good.
Hooray.
What's the status of O'Hara's Pub? Are they going to reopen?
Well, yes. When I don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves, but they've pretty much have disclosed that they're also going to be relocating to that center. And that's a project, again, that I always mention that we have upcoming projects, and that's one of them that I was alluding to, is the relocation and expansion of O'Hare's. So that's good news. They're going to get even bigger and better than they are, and they're already pretty big and very good. So we're pleased that we'll continue working with them to continue in the town. So they'll be opening right in tandem with the bowling alley. Scott might have a little more information about that than I do, but we are working with them on that.
Yeah, not too much to add, but you'll be seeing them come down the pipeline in terms of the BEDA program, and we're happy to work with them since they're an already existing business. And it's going to be exciting for them to get into that center and work with the bowling alley and work with Mr. Rafidia. And we're really excited for them. They've been in Bartlett a long time, and this will be their third and we hope final destination. And I think they're going to be there a long time and very successful. And we're really pleased that they're going into the streets of Bartlett. if you'll recall, for those of you that were here, 2 years ago, and we talked about the metamorphosis of the center with Mr. Rafidia and how the center was pretty dilapidated and under 50% occupancy. We project that by sometime next year, it's going to be 100% occupied. So we're really excited to have them in the new center, and it's gone from a center that wasn't really too good to next year it's going to be popping. So we're really excited to see that project, and you're probably going to see it before you, I'm guessing, in February.
Yeah, it
Oh,
looks
that's
like
pretty good.
it looks like the barber shop just opened up recently too.
Right, the barber shop opened, and there's a nice hot dog and Italian beef kind of comfort food restaurant called Hoot Dog opening fairly soon as well.
And I think we talked about too that micro wedding facility that's going in. I mean, it's a really nice build out and timely too, because of the trend of smaller events and micro events. So it's really timely. And Rebecca, who was on the call today, will team her up with that wedding facility. So that way she becomes a premier provider for cakes and things like that for the weddings that are going to be there, hopefully sooner than later.
I just stopped by that place, Magnolia's, last week, and it's such a cute place. I wish her well. She's got a lot of fun ideas, and it's a great place to have in town.
Hey, this is Joe. Will O'Hare's be connected to the bowling alley, or are they separate entities?
They'll be connected. They'll be servicing the bowling alley.
Excellent.
It really is excellent. We're so happy to keep them in town and not only keep them in town, but make them stronger as well.
Yeah, I saw Bill the other day. He was pretty excited.
Well, sounds like things are moving along. Hopefully that new grocery store will move in and get that out of the way.
We're going to keep trying to get one until we do.
Any other comments on new business?
What's the latest on the Lake Street and 59 rental development?
Yeah, Commissioner Perry, that one has been a long, challenging project. And I think it was just last month that we brought before the board an extension for them to continue working on coming to a purchase agreement with the village. I'm trying to remember the date, Scott. I think it was through March 1st, perhaps.
That's correct.
Yeah, we've extended it a number of times. There's a lot of moving parts to it. I could talk at length about it, but the short version is that we're still working with them, and Scott and I speak with him every week, and we spoke with the developer last week, and I'm sure we'll speak with them this week about it. So we're doing our very best on the village side to keep the ball rolling on this. And I'll just mention quickly for the new commissioner, for Mr. Gorski's benefit, that is a 200-unit, 5-story apartment building consisting of 2 towers, connected by like a pool house and with some offices, and some village-owned land that the village has been working to sell over at the southwest corner of Route 59 in Lake Street. I've been talking about it at the EDC probably for over 2 years. So it's a project that's a long time coming, and we're going to continue working hard to try to make it happen. The village will do whatever's in our power to make it happen. So the developers has to pursue it as well, and it's been challenging. I'll be honest. The COVID has made financing more challenging. So yeah, it's something we're still working on. Thank you for asking.
Hey, Tony, if there's no additional comments on the new business portion, what's the next agenda item?
That would be adjournment.
Oh, the ever popular adjournment. Anybody in favor of that?
I motion to adjourn.
Dan will second.
Everybody's in favor, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. Yep.
All right. Thank you, ED commissioners.
Thanks.
Have a good week.
I want to wish everybody a happy holiday, a Merry Christmas, and a very nice New Year.
Thank you.
Thank
Same to you.
You as well.
All of you.
Take care, everybody.
Same here.
Bye-bye.
Same here.
All right. Happy holidays.
Bye, everybody. Have a great